Okay, we're recording. That's a good thing. Manage participants. Let's see here. I need to see you guys if I can. I'm not sure how this is all working here. So we're going to go like this. All right, that's looking good. Okay, there we are. That's better. Okay, I can see you guys all over on the side. That's a good thing. So we're recording right now. It's 5:57. All right. So, Ian, how's things been going there in isolation with you?
So far, so good. I just talked to my Access VR rep today. We're going to try to set things up in the next couple of weeks after I'm done with school.
Okay.
So I just got to get a portfolio together. I'm not entirely sure what is required with the certificate for a portfolio. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same as a graphic design portfolio, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know for sure. But I got to find out more about that.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'll be able to find a job after everything's said and done, provided everything dies down by that point.
Yeah, yeah. Well, your work's going good. If you need a letter of reference, let me know. I'd be happy to do that.
Awesome.
Been able
Appreciate
to help,
that.
been able to help people do get jobs and stuff like that in the past. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I think I mentioned this last week, but just kind of like I've got some friends that are in New York City, and they truly are hard hit down there. It's been really bad.
Yeah.
Up here, I think I mentioned to you that my daughter, I don't know if you heard that there's a big furlough taking place now with U of R. I don't know if you heard that, but they're laying off like hundreds of people, furloughing them. Yeah, you know the difference between a furlough and a layoff.
No.
All right, I'm an employer. I had to learn this. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, a layoff is when you basically tell your staff that we may not have you come back at all. Maybe I'll wait for everybody to come in here because everyone needs to know this. This is important stuff. I'll teach you the difference between a layoff and a furlough. And we'll go ahead and we'll do that. Come on now. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. The water's fine. Yeah, so I'll explain what a furlough is. I'll explain what a layoff is, and I'll explain what your unemployment rights are, because that's an important thing to a lot of you guys. Who here right now is out of work because of this? Anybody here out of work because of this? Okay, Oleg. Okay, and what were you doing that you're no longer working?
I'm just working as a server for now, but
Kind of garbled right now.
can you hear me better now? Or
A little better. Still a little muffled. You're using a gaming headset?
no, I'm just using my headphones. I guess they're not the best for talking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't worry. Right now, you're not coming through clear, so don't worry about it. We won't mess with that. We'll see what's going on here. Not, I could put you on the spot there. All right. Good to have everybody else here. Has anybody else besides Oleg? Has anybody else lost work? Okay. All right. I have lost work myself. I actually lost a couple of, well, probably 4 training gigs over the last few weeks. So that's happened to me. And then my staff, we got furloughed. Now, here's what a furlough is. I wanted to kind of like, we're at 6 o'clock now, so now we're in official teaching mode. All right, the difference between a furlough and a layoff. Follow this because you may need to know sometime, okay? A furlough and a layoff. A furlough is when essentially your boss tells you, we don't have any work for you, and we're not paying you. We're not giving you vacation time. We're not giving you personal time. You just aren't getting paid for however long we say. That's what happens when you get into a furlough. They say, however, we will continue paying your health insurance and benefits. They will continue on. A layoff, on the other hand, basically, a layoff essentially is where there's a discontinuation where there's no promise they're going to bring you back. They might, but essentially what happens is your benefits stop too. So you've got layoffs and you got furloughs. And there are times furloughs turn into layoffs. There are times layoffs come back. And there are times, being in Detroit, for instance, you've got layoffs and then what will happen is they will come back. Yeah, typically during a layoff, they will come back. But that's what happens right there. So what happens is all these businesses right now, what they're trying to do is they see this huge massive stimulus coming. Okay, so here's how they play it. They say, well, either we can pay our employees for not working right now because there's nothing for them to do, or we put them on furlough, in which case they go to the government and the government sends them a stimulus check or pays them unemployment. And that's what they're all doing right now. So what's happening right now is the governments are just getting pounded because they've never had this level of unemployment ever. And that's all the states right now. So that's what's going on right now. So it's a pretty tough time right now economically. We really need to get the economy going again. or there really will be nothing to start back up, and we'll all be wards of the state, which I don't personally want to be. And so hopefully that's not going to happen, you know. But you know, in any case, right now we're going to have to find a way to get things going pretty soon here, because when you see huge corporations like U of R and Beaumont and different other ones just, you know, unable to stay viable, it's a tough time. It's a tough time for people, and that creates a whole lot of problems health-wise as well as economically. So it's all connected. So anyway, that's what's going on, and that's the difference between a furlough and a layoff. So yeah. So right now, my daughter has not been laid off yet. She's a nurse over at Highland. Other people have been, you know, so we'll see how it all works. But anyway, good to have you guys here. Welcome. Good to have you here in class. I'm going to go ahead and just take attendance real quickly here. And I'm just going to kind of go through the list here. So today is April the 29th. Good to have you guys here. And we're going to go through here. And we got Ali is here, and then we got Lorraine here. Jada, are you here tonight? Jada Calhoun, let's see here. Trying to locate these. Yeah, Jada's here. Great. Good to have you here, Jada. Nathaniel Chu is here. John Connolly's here. Benjamin Holmes, are you here, Benjamin? I don't think I see you there. Okay. Rico, you're here. Ricky's here. Okay. Who else we've got? Justin Blackwood is here. Great. And then who else do we have? Ali, Jack. Okay, Ian and Oleg. Okay, Ian Kerr, Oleg, Caden, Lorraine Batista, Rafael O'Day. Okay, all right. So, okay, yep, thumbs up. See you there. That's great. That does help. And okay, I think I've got everybody here, so we're good to go. Okay, so here we are. And so what we're going to do now is we're coming into the last 4 weeks of class. Let me tell you what this is going to look like. Now, a couple things. First of all, we are going to be doing basically the last project right now. The last project is going to be a residential house that we're going to be doing. And all of this is stuff that I've actually, that I'm pulling out of Revit. This is all Revit projects that we're basically converting over into AutoCAD, which is actually a pretty cool way to go. And so what we're going to do is we put this together. What we're going to do is tonight we're going to work on floor plans, and we're also going to see how to put some of the stuff together. It should be pretty straightforward. This one shouldn't be too difficult for you. So we're going to be working on a floor plan. So it's going to be a first floor plan, a second floor plan, and a basement plan. We're going to be working on that. And this is actually a house that I actually constructed. And I'll basically show you some of the work about it so you guys have an idea as far as what you're drawing here. And then on top of that, we are also going to, yeah, that's going to be it. So that's going to be pretty much what we're going to work on. Also, what I'm going to do is a couple weeks ago, we did the elevations. And I'm going to have you guys do something different here because I don't want to open 4 files for each one of you guys. So I'm going to show you guys how to combine them into one. I did not do that the other week, but I will show you how to do it tonight so you know how to do it. It's actually a helpful thing to know how to do. And, okay, Erica, admit. Good to have you here, Erica. Okay, so let's see here. We've got Erica Molnar. Good to have you here, Erica. Good to have you here. And different people keep coming up. They keep showing up. So good to have you guys all here. So as we get into this right now, and as we work through here, what we're going to do is we're going to begin to kind of work on some of these things. So that's the deal, and that's what's going on right there. Before I move on, were there any questions about what we went through last week, and were the videos helpful, and were you guys able to get through last week's assignment, which is where we did title block, and we worked on blocks, attributes, and title blocks. Were there any questions about what we were looking for there or anything, or what needed to be turned in?
Mr. Brennan?
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, I got to the last part of it, and that's where you pull up that blank screen with the square in it. And then you're supposed to pull in the drawing into that before you do the very last part. Well, I couldn't get the drawing to go in there.
Okay, gotcha. All right. What that's called, and what you're dealing with there in AutoCAD, that's actually what's called a viewport. And the viewport is actually easily accessed, okay? So I'll show you how we go ahead and work with that. So let me go ahead and let me pull up AutoCAD and pull up that assignment.
Mr. Brennan?
Yeah.
Okay, I noticed in the video there was a small arrow in the bottom right-hand side of that square. And it seemed like you pulled on that arrow to bring the drawing in?
Yeah, well, I would have to kind of like, I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but that's something I could definitely kind of show you how that works. Let me just give you an idea as far as how this works, if I can even find that. Let me see. Let me go out here because I'm actually kind of loaded for bear for tonight, but let me see if I can't find the stuff from last week real quickly here. Let me go out here. So let me look here, and it looks like that's all there. Okay, so that's not helpful. So let me see if I can find this right here. Are you guys seeing AutoCAD right now?
No.
You're not. Okay, that's fine. You'll see it in just a minute. Let me go ahead and see if I can't locate this. So last week was actually the custom garage project. Okay, and the custom garage project. Oh gosh. All right, let's see. All right, let's see if we can't find that.
Last week's was the blocks.
Yeah, I know, but we were using the custom garage project to get. Oh, actually, you're right. We were actually using the blocks, and we used the. Yeah, we were using the blocks. We used the custom garage, and then we actually had some. Let me see if I can't find it. If we've got this here, blocks, attributes, and title blocks. Okay, site plan. Okay, here it is.
22nd.
Okay, let me go ahead and do this, and I'll go ahead and pull this up. And okay, there we have that, and. Okay, so that's actually out on the desktop. We'll go to site plan. We'll go here. And here it is right now. We'll use site plan, maple plan right here. Okay, and all right. We'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and open that this way. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Site plan with title block. Let's see if we can't make this work. Okay, yeah, this is what we're talking about right here. Okay, there's that, and that is actually a PNG file. Let me see if I can't find the, yeah, site plan. Okay, looks like I didn't save this as a completed version, but anyway, what you got right here, okay, yeah, I didn't complete it like this. Let's see, maybe I've got this, title block. Yeah, it looks like I didn't really save that in a completed version. Okay, so let me do this. I'll just go back to AutoCAD. So when you're in AutoCAD right here, and if you're in this right here, the whole goal is to complete these different items. And then you've got this kind of a thing, okay, where you pull in your title blocks. So in this case,
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
All I'm seeing is Blackboard.
Okay, let me go back to that. Thank you for letting me know. Let me go back to that. Let me share that. Okay, so we'll go to here. We'll go ahead and do share, and we'll go out to this right here. Okay, this is what we got is this right here. So what you've got is you got an A size block right here, and I can go out here and do a saving right here of title block A, which is what I talked about right down here. I'm going to drop it right here. Oh, and that's okay. So that's your title block. Okay, does that make sense so far there?
I'm still seeing Blackboard.
You're still seeing Blackboard, okay. All right, let's try this again. Okay, we'll try this again. All right.
It's gone now.
Yep, I know. I've got to go grab this right here. Man, if I'm going through this, I wonder what your other teachers are going through, because this is a pain to do all this stuff, honestly. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we'll do this all over again, and yeah, so please tell me a little, as soon as you're not seeing something, please tell me, because I don't want to waste our time. I don't want to waste your time or my time. Okay, can you see it now? Still can't see it, can you? Okay, let me see this. Okay, let's go back and see if we can't make this work. Okay. Okay. All right, still can't see it. Okay, why is this not showing? I don't know why. I've got resume share, it's not doing it. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, we're gonna have to do this then. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm gonna stop sharing it. We'll try it one more time and see if it'll take it this time. All right, so go to here. Screen sharing is paused. I don't know why that's paused. All right, why would it pause it? All right, so let's go over here and all right, and it's still not doing it, is it? Okay. All right.
Hey, Mr. Brennan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Hello. I'm not sure if this helps, but it does notify. At least my side, it notifies me that you have just started to share screen, but then
Yeah.
it's buffering, almost like a weak signal. So it's circle, circle, circle.
Yeah, that's what yours is doing right now?
Yeah, I actually could see you, and it could also see the fact that you're trying to share your screen,
And it
and
won't do it.
and where that information comes up, it's almost like it's buffering.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. It could be because I'm doing, okay, right now I'm not sharing anything and it looks like you guys can see me. When I try to share the screen, let me try a different screen, see if it'll take that. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me try another one. Okay, screen sharing is, okay, let me try. Okay, I'm recording. Let me see if I can't. Yeah, this is just, I'm not really don't know why it's doing this. It's kind of like, all right, try this one more time. And it's not allowing me to do it. All right, let's try this again. Let me go ahead and close out of a few things here, see if I can't make this work. We'll go ahead and close. Oh, great. Just close the wrong thing. Beautiful. All right. Okay. All right. No. Okay. All right. Go back to here. See what we got here. All right. So back out to here. See if I can't share the screen. And all right, and I just closed AutoCAD, so I'm gonna have to open it all back up. So we're right back to where we started. All right, maybe we'll be able to open it from here. Let's try it again. File open. All right. All right, can you guys see this right now? Are you guys seeing this?
You're sharing a screen right
All
now.
right, okay. All right, Ricky, can you see this right now?
Yeah, I see the floor plan, the outside walls.
Yeah, okay, so let's just go over this real quickly here. So when you go into here, what's happening right now is you actually have, this is called paper space right now. Paper space is actually identified by a couple things. All right, first of all, you know you're in paper space. Now right here, this is your model. This is where we've been drawing everything. And over here is where you have your paper space elements. Now your paper
Right,
space.
I was able to get that far.
Right. Okay, so you've got this right here, and what you've got happening is as you work with this right here, this right down here says paper. That's how you know you're in paper space. When you're in paper space, that means that's where you're going to put your title block information and information that would actually be more or less printed on a sheet of paper that you would draw on. And this is the other indicator that you're in paper space, this triangle right down here. Okay, so those are the two indicators. Now, if I double click inside of here, I'm now in what we call model space, and it says model right here, and this changes into model right here. So now as I'm in here, if I double click my wheel, it zooms in, okay? Because once I'm inside of here, I can just zoom it, okay? So I just double clicked my wheel, and I zoomed to extent, and I can just continue to zoom inside of here. So what you have to do is just zoom it. That's all you have to do. And then
so you're saying my drawing, once I get this blank paper here with the square, double click on the wheel, and it should put my drawing in there.
Well, okay, two things here. Okay, first of all, this is paper space out here. Okay.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're going to put your title block on there. So to put your title block on there, what you do is you insert it. So we go to insert, and all this is on the video, but we go to insert, and I go to title block A, and I hit OK. And I go ahead and bring this in. This is the title block. This is the information about what we just drew. So I've got that. I was going to type in S-1 like that. That is what that is. And it shows up right down there. So that is how a title block works with attributes. So you got that. Now,
Okay.
so that's what you got right here. Now, if your information is not showing, like in other words, if it's looking something like this, you just double click inside of it, your wheel, and it's going to zoom you out to extents, and then you double click over here. So it's still there. If it's out here in the model, it's available on your on here. Okay, so that's all you have to do. Does that make sense?
I can try, yeah, just double clicking on a wheel and see if it puts it in there.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, you got to make sure you're inside. Now, again, please watch what I'm doing here. Okay, you can do this. Okay, if it says paper, that
Right.
means you're not inside of here. All right, paper
Yeah.
means you're out here. If you double click inside here, now you're in the model. You're in the model here, and this tells you're in the model. Okay. Once you're in the model, you just zoom to extents. You can zoom and pan inside of there. You see how that's different right there? So it's inside of there. And then you double click outside to go back. So you got paper space and you got model space. All right. So give that a shot. If it's not there, I'll be able to double click and find it. Okay.
All right, I'll try after class to see if I can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so what we did last week is we worked on this right here, and that worked out well. And we had that. And so what we're going to work on next is going to be, let's see here. So we've got that there. Now that we have that, that gives us a basic idea. Were there any other questions about this? Because I know that there's a good amount of information in there, but did anyone else have any other questions about working with blocks, attributes, or title blocks? Any other questions about that?
I can honestly say, Mr. Brennan, I had some computer issues, so I have not even gotten to that assignment yet.
Okay, all right. It's not a problem. But if anyone has attempted it and you got questions, let's go ahead and you can go ahead and ask them now. Because if you have a question, somebody else probably does.
Sometimes when we put the last block, which is the blue one, the scale, I have a problem with the scale because it shows so small. I try not to make it bigger, but I
All right.
couldn't do it.
So we're talking about on the D size over here?
Yeah, the blue one.
Okay, so this is already in place, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And you're saying this is too small?
No, I mean the blue one is not in a place. The new one would be like so small. It'd be like in the middle of the normal drum.
Oh, okay, so what you're
The
saying,
blue one is so small.
so you're saying the title block is too small?
Yeah, it's smaller than the normal.
All right,
Drum.
then what you probably did is you probably put in, just guessing right now, you probably inserted, and you probably put in maybe this other title block. You got a title block A, you got a title block D, and then you got these other small ones. So what you might have done is done this. Is that what you maybe did? Or was it even smaller than that?
Smaller than that. It's so small.
Okay. Well, without seeing it, I can't really tell.
But like I just put the scale on and they just submit it. Maybe it was wrong a little bit, but
Yeah. Just if I by what you're describing, I don't really understand that what you're saying right there. But again, I'd probably recommend just kind of go back over the video, which you probably already did. It looked like there weren't too many people that went into the videos. But the thing is, if you went through the video, it should explain exactly what you need to do there. So since I can't see your screen right now, let me admit this guy. Another guy wants to come in. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and move on from there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so anyway, that's how these work right here. So when you're working and you're going to print something, this is how it works in AutoCAD. You've got your paper space environment, which is where you put your title block. And then you've got inside here, this is your model space, which is where you see your information right here. So you've got those things right there. All right, so that's how you have that right there. And then we talked about actually making attributes and so forth, which I went over last week, which I'm not going to do right now, but that was the whole lesson of last week. So anyway, we will move on from there. Any other questions? Oh, that one, just because I can't see your screen and it's really small, I don't really know. Are you saying that the title block itself is small, the blue is small, or the image inside of it is small?
The blue title, like when I'm trying to insert the title.
Okay.
So it'd be like small, and then I got to scale it so I make it big as that one.
All right. It should come in at just its normal size. So
Don't come in a normal size on mine.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a question, Mr. Brennan.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at right now, okay, I mean, after you get your text in here, is this going to save to that window when you click on insert it should show up in there, right? I mean, I'm just kind of wondering, you know, when I can upload this and to make sure that I've completed the assignment.
Okay, well, here's what you should have done. This, and I don't have this completed. It should look like when you're done, it's going to look okay. And going over the sheet that I had right there, what you were supposed to do is this. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. First of all, we talked about having the thing. So when you go ahead and do this, this is first of all. Can you guys see this right now?
Yes.
All right. So what you got right here, this is what it should look like. Okay, this is what the main file should look like. This is what the D-size file should look like. You should see this inside here, and then you're going to make your you're going to put your title block. Okay, your title block's going to be on there. And then what we talked about was actually putting in your attributes, and we saw that when you put your attributes on and you place them, they're going to look like this. And then when you populate them, it's going to look like this. Site plan for 2020. Did anybody get this right, or did nobody get this right? Did anybody complete this correctly?
I'm gonna finish it, but I'm yet to upload them.
Oh, okay. You said you did get it completed?
Yes, I'm almost there.
Okay, all right. That's fine. Did anybody else complete this, or was everyone else completely confused?
I did submit it, but it wasn't like completely like perfect. I just submitted.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do is what my goal last week was to kind of give you an introduction to what actually is happening when you work with title blocks. So looks like I didn't get that idea across very well, because if you're not understanding, it looks like I didn't get it across. So I do apologize for that. The last thing I want to do is make this confusing, especially with everything else that's going on right now. So anyway, yeah, the goal was to actually to go ahead and to create this sheet, and then when you see the title blocks, to just go ahead and insert them and to put information in them. It should have been pretty easy. I might have done too much. I might have tried to force you guys too much. I may have made a presumption upon your your abilities. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, but going back to here, can you guys see this right here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what the drawing looked like. Okay, then when I went to A size right here, if I go to here, now watch this. If this is really small, I double click. I can double click inside here and double click my wheel, and basically it's going to zoom out. So here, this is where you go back and forth between paper space. Right now, I'm in paper space. Okay, it says paper. Right now, I'm in model space. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. Am I in paper space right now, or am I in model space?
Paper.
I'm in paper. That's right. Right now, I double click here. Am I in paper space, or am I in model space?
Model.
Right. So in model, I double click inside here and it zooms me out, and I go back to paper. Now, at this point, I'm going to insert the title block that we talked about. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to grab this title block here. This is just going to be this title block A. And this is the one I provided for you guys. I'm going to drop it down here. So this is all you had to do. Drop this, put it in there. It's going to ask you for sheet number S-I, S-1, hit open, hit OK, boom, there you are. So you got that right there. So that's what you have. That's what, that part was just something that, you know, I kind of gave you to show you. Now, this D-size one, you're going to go here, and here we have the same issue. So we double click inside here, we double click our wheel, and then you see the information. Now over here, what we're missing right now is title block information. So we talked about how to make the title block. So we talked about,
I'm sorry.
Do you have a question?
We lost them.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so right now what we got right here then is I'm going to show you guys what we did. What we did is we made attributes. Now, to go over this again, to make attributes, you've got these different attributes right here. So the first one I've got is going to be, let's see here, party tree, attribute definitions. Okay, here's the attribute definitions. I'm going to start with sheet number. So I go to sheet number. It should look like this. This is what I do. I start the attribute. I make it sheet number. Okay, this is all pretty easy as long as you follow along with the video. It should have been okay. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this for you guys. So I'm going to go to here, and we go to back up here. We went to insert, and then we went to define attributes. So when you go to define attributes, I'm just going to go here and go sheet underscore number, okay? And then the prompt is going to say sheet number here. It's going to say sheet number, okay? And then I hit okay, and I drop it down here, okay? So then I make another one. I right click, I go to repeat that. And this next one is actually going to be called, what's the next one? Project number? I think it's
Project name.
yeah, project name, okay. Project underscore name. All right, thank you. And then I go to here and project name. Okay, and this is how we actually do things in the real world. All right, this is what I'm showing you right now is something that if you get your hands along, I don't think this is too hard for you guys. So I know you've got other commitments and so forth, but I'm just saying right now, if you just spend like 15 or 20 minutes with this, it'll be very, very clear. Okay, it really will be. I'm not making this up. It's not hard. You can figure this out. It's not too hard. So what you're doing though is you're basically supplying intelligence onto here. So now I'm going to do the date. Now the date's going to look like this. Okay, so the date's going to look like that. So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do the same thing. So I go to attribute definition again, and this one's going to be date. All right, and I'm going to make it capitalized, date, like that. And then the prompt is going to say date. And I hit OK, and I drop it in the date box, okay? This is how you actually make title blocks. And if you know how to do this, life's going to be a lot easier for you. We'll do one more, and this one's going to say scale. So this one's going to be scale. And then we're going to go to the prompt, and S-C-A-L-E, like that. I'm going to hit OK, and we're going to drop it down here. So boom, 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 like that. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to save this all as a block. So I'm going to save it as a block. So I type in B for block. I'm going to save it as a block, and what did I call it before? I called it, oh, I don't know. I think I called it like D size title block.
D.
What I call it? D?
D.
Okay. D.
Title block.
What's that?
Title block D.
Thank you. Title block D.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, and now I pick a point, and I'm going to pick a point out here to grab everything. And it's going to be my lower left corner, like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select my objects, which is going to be everything, going to be this. Then I want to pick these in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit my enter key. And I'm just going to go ahead and it's going to let that delete. It goes ahead and does that. Now, once it's done that, now I'm going to insert it. So I insert it, just making sure I got the border, just make it a little easier. And I go to insert. And I'm going to put in title block D. I hit OK. I bring it in, and I drop it right there, and I do that. And then it asks me for the sheet number. And for the sheet number, I think I called it what? S1 did I call it, or what did I call it?
Yes, one.
S1. Okay, thank you. Trying to remember what I did last week. Okay, S1. Okay, we'll go back down to here. Sheet number. We'll go to S1. S-1. And then the project name. Site plan. Yeah. And then the date is going to be, yeah, okay, date is going to be 4/22/2. Oh, actually, it's got to be 4/2020. And then scale, let's see what I said the scale was. Scale, I said, I'll get it, don't worry. 1/4 inch equals a foot. So I made 1/4 inch equals a foot. So 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. Okay, so I got that. So once I've done that, boom. That is what your title block looks like. And that is what I wanted you guys to save and submit. And I would have found that, it would have been found. That's all I wanted you guys to do. Now over here, inside here, you could also scale this. So it's also 1/4 inch equals a foot. Okay, so when you've got that, it fits nicely, and then you're good to go. And that is what you do. Those are the steps right there for putting together a title block. Because we're going to be using this when we actually do our final submission. I just wanted to give you an introduction to title blocks. So anyway, that's kind of review. Okay, now that we've done that, are there any other questions? I want to make sure it's clear. And I realize we went through quite a bit last week, but the whole goal is just like to understand how to get a title block into your drawing, how to deal with attributes, and how to make some attributes. Because like I said, if you can actually do these right here, it's going to make life a lot easier. If you're just not afraid of them and you know what attributes are, it's going to be like, oh, you know, I was in Mr. Brennan's class and we went through this. I get what they are. That's really what I'm looking for this right now. And this one's not going to make or break you as far as this goes. I'll grade this one leniently, but I just want to give you guys, if you made an effort, then it's probably going to be pretty darn close because I went through everything step by step. So you should be okay. If something is not in line. Like for instance, you don't have the image like scaled out as far as it can. Don't worry about it. I can fix that. Not a problem. But are there any other questions before we move on from here?
I have one.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know, in the real world, via our architect, how's the scale determined?
Okay, the scale is determined, like for instance, if you're plotting and you want to put something on a sheet of paper, the scale is determined by how large the image is. Like for this one, this is a D-size sheet right now, because typically what's going to happen there, Raphael, is you're going to pick some sheet of paper. Now, if we were in class, what my final project was going to be for you guys was have you print out C-size sheets, okay, a C-size sheet project. A C-size sheet is 18 inches by 24 inches. A D-size sheet is 36 by 24. So a D-size sheet is literally twice the size as a C-size sheet. Now, so the sheet is going to determine it. Now check this out. This right here, Raphael, this is 1/4 inch equals a foot. It says so down here, 1/4 inch equals a foot. So what you just have to figure out is what looks best. If I use this scale, 1/28 of an inch, well, would you want to use that?
No.
No. Okay, would you want to use that?
Yes.
You'd want to use that?
No.
No, I wouldn't. If you handed that to a customer, you think they'd want that?
No.
No. However, if I do this, okay, I'm getting closer now. I'm getting warmer. And then I go down here, and if I find the sweet spot 1/4 inch, it's like, oh, hey, that's looking great. And if I say, you know what, I want to go a little bit bigger, see if it'll fit. Well, now look at that. That's a little too much because now I'm losing out my information. So and then I go ahead and I back it off, and the sweet spot is 1/4 inch. So the answer is trial and terror. You know, you're just going to go ahead and work with the scale until you find out the maximum size that will fit on your sheet that contains all the information you want. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, now here's the other thing. Let's say I didn't really care about the trees. Well, in that case, I could say, you know what? I don't care about the trees. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make it 3/8 of an inch. That's all I really care about. And then I could go here and say, you know what? Oh, just turn off the stupid trees. I don't care. And the thing is, do this. And then at that point, now I can just go over here and scale and move it over a little bit. Okay? So that's another approach. Okay, so now I'm actually showing more information scaled larger. I'm just not showing the trees. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is the answer. The answer is you as the tech have to look at it and say, okay, what does the customer have to see? And then in that situation, you basically refine your information by layers and so forth. And then when you get it to the way you want it to be, then you maximize it so it fits on the sheet as large as you possibly can, so it gives them everything they want. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Brian?
Yeah.
So I got two things I want to ask you. First of all, what you just did when you eliminated the trees, you clicked on that light bulb and that like turned the lights out on the trees, right?
Yeah, those
Got
are,
rid of them.
yeah, those right there, these are what are called your layers. And you
Right.
can do this with any of your layers right here, yes. If I wanted to do this with, like, for instance, this path right here, I can do that. Your layers
Okay.
control all this. I think we went over this when we began to define layers. I know we went over this. But
Yeah, I just forgot about it.
yeah. So that's the thing. If you're it's easy if you don't use it every day to kind of forget these things. But yeah, that's all you got to do. And so going up here, you can go to here and you can actually turn them on or off. In this case, because they're not necessarily, you know, I would have to ask the customer, hey, do you want to see the trees? And if they don't want to
Right.
see the trees, I can give them more information. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I got one more question though.
Sure.
Okay. You said that when we got to this point that you're at right now with this drawing, that we're supposed to save it.
Yep.
Okay, so that gets saved and named as in a file, like a file?
Yeah. And so
Okay.
so what you're going to do is you're going to do this. You're going to save it as Site Plan Maple Lane. Okay, that's the name that I gave you guys. So you're going to go here and you're going to go to File Save As, and it's going to be, I'm just going to go to the desktop. I'm going to, well, I've already got it here. Site Plan Maple Lane dash Brennan. Okay. How's that for a nice suburban name there? So Site Plan Maple Lane. So you got that right there, and then that's all you submit. And then when you submit it, I'll come out, I'll open this up, and I'll know what you did.
See, it seems to me like, how are the two connected? Like they would have to be uploaded separately.
No, it's all one model. It's all one thing. The models here, and these are just layouts. These are representations for printing. That's all they are. They're like print previews.
Okay, so when I submit the drawing, those are going to be like within the file.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just you gotta, pull them up.
Yeah,
once they're in there.
They're there. They're attached. So you can't get one without the other. They're all, if I get the drawing, I get the layouts too.
All right, thank you.
Yep. So that's Okay, good. Good questions. You guys are asking great questions. I obviously missed some things last week. Are there any other questions about this here?
No, I just got like different questions. Is that the last class for us with you?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that the last class we taking this week?
Is that the last class we're taking?
Yeah.
He's asking if this is our last class today.
Oh, no, it's not. Actually, I've got the schedule right here in front of me. And all right, are you having the last class in any of your other classes?
I do have 5 classes.
What's that?
I'm taking 5 classes this semester.
Oh, 5 classes. Okay. No, this is not the last class. Okay, what we got here? This is the 20. I can't use this here. All right, here's the 29th. This is week 13. Next month, the 6th is week 14, and then week 13 is the 15th. So we have 3 more weeks. The last week is the final, okay? And the final is just going to be something I'm going to give you. It's going to be kind of it's going to be a drawing project that you're going to basically do an architectural type of drawing. And it's going to be it's not going to be real hard. It's just going to be something that'll take you maybe an hour to do. And then you'll submit that, and that'll be it. So that's going to be it. So essentially, you've got 3 more classes tonight and 2 more classes. Then there's the final, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. And again, my finals are not to be feared. I actually, my whole thing about testing is to kind of review what you've already been taught, not to trip you up, not to, don't get intimidated by it, because all I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask you what I already told you. So unless you just have paid no attention at all, you should be fine, okay? If you paid attention even a little bit, you'll be fine. Okay, so that covers that. Now, before we move on from here, are there any other questions? I want to make sure you guys are clear on this. Okay, what's going to be happening is when I actually have you finishing up and submitting all this stuff, you're going to be submitting this stuff, and you're going to be submitting them with title blocks. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing there. And so that's what you're going to do. So anyway, that's, now that I went over this, it's a good little project, good for learning how to do blocks, good for doing this other stuff. So top drawer. Okay, we're going to move on. So what I want to do is, I don't want to grade 4 different elevations. So I'm going to show you guys how to combine your elevation drawings. We talked about the elevation drawings, and I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I can change my screen out here. And let me do this. I'm going to do this real quickly. I'm going to stop sharing this for a minute. I need to grab something here. So I'll be right back. I got to just grab some other items here. I really need to do a better job of keeping my stuff more organized, but I'm doing the best I can. All right, so we got this stuff here, and what we did, let's see, what do we got? All right, up to here. All right, got this stuff here. All right, my goodness, all right, that's not looking so good. All right, so what I need are the most recent custom garage project. Let me find that. All right, see if I've got that here. Custom garage, there it is. Okay, and yeah, all right, so the custom garage, we made the elevations. Okay, so let me find those real quickly here, and just take me a second here, and just got a lot of content out here. All right, let's see. Okay, through 2020, and I don't see the custom garage. Okay, so let's take another look out there. Custom garage, is it on? Okay, so we're gonna do this. We'll search out on the D drive. All right. All right, let's just take a second. If I could, I would. Oh, there's the stuff I did for okay, University of Connecticut. Yeah, one of my customers some years ago was University of Connecticut. I did a bunch of things for them too, facilities type stuff. So just looking for this right now. Yeah, just got to find this stuff for you guys here. It'll just take a second. Thanks for your patience. Just want to make sure you guys are clear on this other thing. I just want to make this clear about how we're going to do this here. All right, custom garage plan, master 2020, okay. Okay, so I don't see it there. So let's go to the desktop, custom garage, okay, garage. Okay, there's custom garage 2020. Okay, here we go. Okay, now here's the plans I want to open here. Okay, here's what you guys have done. All right, you see this right here? Let me go ahead and turn this back on because you're not seeing it. Let me go ahead and start to share it again. I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to share this screen with you. Okay, can you guys all see this right here?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Custom garage east elevation. Okay, what I'm going to have you guys do is this. Now, what I want you to do is I actually want you to go ahead and put all these drawings into the same location. So that means this. All right, and you may want to jot this down, okay, because I'm just going to kind of explain how this works. What you're going to do is you're going to do this. You're going to open the east elevation, which is here. It's a drawing you already did. Okay, now once you've already done that, what we're going to do is we're going to insert the other views into it. We're going to insert the other elevations into it. So let me show you how that works. So to insert them, you can just type the letter I. You type the letter I on your keyboard, and that brings up the insert command. We go to insert. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to browse. When I browse out here, I want to find my other elevations. So the first thing I'm going to look for is my north or my south. So out here, I've got this custom garage stuff out here. Should be here anyway. Come on, you. Where's my custom garage stuff? Okay, don't see it. So let's see if it's somewhere else. All right, where is my custom garage stuff? All right. Okay, not seeing it. Maybe it's in here. Okay, there it is, custom garage. Okay, so I got custom garage. Now what I got here is I got the east elevation. I've already got that in here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab the custom garage north elevation. Okay, yeah, I'll just go ahead and grab custom garage north elevation. I'll grab this. So I'll grab north, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit open, and I'm gonna hit OK. And I'm gonna go ahead and insert it. Now see this right here? I can go ahead and insert it right next to here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab it right here, and I'm gonna line it right up over here. Just gonna pull it over, and boom, drop it. And then I got it right there. So I've got custom garage north. So I got the east, and I've got the north. So I'm gonna right click and go to insert again, or I could just go to I, and it brings up insert, and I'm gonna browse again. This time I'm gonna pull up the south elevation, and I'm gonna hit open, and I'm gonna hit OK. And now I can go ahead and take this, and I can go ahead and pull this down in relation to this one. I'm gonna drop this one right here, okay, like that. And it asks me to rotate. I don't wanna rotate it, so I've got that. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna insert, I'll go to insert again. I can also go here to insert, and I can go ahead and go to browse, and I'm gonna put in now the west elevation. So the west elevation is here. I hit open, I hit OK, and I'm gonna drop it right down here. And that's what it should look like, okay? Now when that's all done, what you're gonna do is you're gonna save it like this. You're gonna go to save as, and you're gonna call it custom garage elevations, just elevations complete with your last name. And you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna save it, and you're gonna submit that. And that's what it's gonna look like. That's just gonna save me the hassle of having to go through 4 different files, okay? Is that clear what we just did there?
It is clear. I have a question.
Okay, yeah, what's the question there, Raphael?
What if I already submitted all of them?
That's okay. Just submit it over again. I think everybody did. Just resubmit it. I've got a new link out there. I'll show you what the link looks like. So the link looks like this here. I'm going to go out to here, and I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to share, if I can find this out here, if I can find, yeah, this is such a pain. Okay, let me go ahead and let me do this. Let me see if I can't get some more screens. Okay, I've got to actually go out here and grab this. So let me close this. I'm going to go out to here, and looks like I closed out of that, so I've actually got to go out to Monroe Community College again. Okay, not that. Monroe Community College, not that. Okay, MONROE. Okay, out to here. And there we are. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to log in. And yeah, I'm going to go all throw it through here and submit this. Okay, so when I've got that, I'm now here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And we're going to go to here. So we've got this. Okay, so now I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to the April 15th assignment. This is the April 15th CAD assignment. Now, let me go ahead and share this with you because I'm going to show you what you're going to resubmit here. I've got it here. And I'm going to do a new share.
Professor, are you recording?
I am.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to open this up. Can you guys see this right now? Can you guys see Blackboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is all the stuff we did on April 15th, okay? So I know you already submitted them, but what we did is I made a new one down here, and I called it Custom Garage All Elevations, all right? This is where you're going to upload that one. So you're going to take all of your elevations, put them in one drawing, and submit it. Should take you all of 2 minutes, okay? But I want you guys to do that. Okay, so you're going to make a new one. Save it as Custom Garage, all elevations, dash your last name. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with that one. Is that clear? What you're going to do there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so then what you're going to do is getting back into this right now. We talked about that. We talked about this. Now, the blocks right here, we got the same thing right here. To submit it, you're going to submit it right here, site plan dash Maple Lane dash your name. By the way, if you're ever not sure what to name something, all you have to do is go to Blackboard and the name's going to be right there. Okay, so right here, site plan Maple Lane, this is where you submit it, and then you just put your name at the end. Okay, so that shouldn't be mysterious. Okay, I've also got out here a tutorial. Did you guys see the tutorial, any of you guys? Yes, no?
No, I have not.
Yes.
Okay, because I sent that to you. I sent you guys all the tutorial. I do this every week. When I get done with it, I put it out, I load it up to YouTube, I make a link to it, I send the link to you, and I put it on Blackboard. So I do all that, okay? So, you know, really avail yourself of that, all right? It would be good because it's good to have that. It's solid information, and it's just going to be useful for you to go over it. If you still have questions, of course, I want to answer them. But I do kind of expect you to use the tools that I'm giving to you. Okay,
Yeah.
now that
Mr.
question.
Brennan,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to say I appreciate that. I just today the text helped me. There was something wrong with my my email. I couldn't get into it, so
Okay.
they had to help me reset it all.
Hey,
So
Hey,
I'm a little behind.
don't worry. Be at peace. Be at peace. I'm not going to grade you down for it. Be at peace.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you guys know what you're supposed to do. It's all going to be fine. We're all going to get there. I realize there's a lot of stuff happening on technologically. Last thing I want to do is beat up on you guys. My goal is to get you guys all through this and learn a lot and also get a good grade. And right now, I think you guys are all going to do very well. So I think you're all going to be good. So that's how it is. All right.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so now we have that. So that's the last 2 weeks' assignments. Here is this week's assignment. The Winthrop floor plans. Now, here's the thing about the Winthrop floor plan. This is actually a house that I built. And before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, you know what? I think I can maybe find this. Let me go ahead and find this. I got this. I've actually got this information in a few different locations. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up so you guys can see it. Just so that you understand what you are going to be drawing. Okay, out here and right here and oh, let's see here. Is it out here? Nope, not there. Let's go back to here. All right. Okay, maybe it's here. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And okay, can you guys see that right there? Picture of a house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, this is the house that Tom built, okay, back in Michigan, okay? It still stands, okay? So we did something right. This is a house that I designed and actually built, and that's actually what it looked like when I got done. It's simple, but I wanted to keep, you know, for one thing, our budget made it simple. The other thing was, you know, at the time we didn't have a whole lot of money, but we made a real simple plan here. So that house is a house that I actually drew the plans for and had built. Okay, so it's on Winthrop. That's why we're calling this project Winthrop. So this is what you're going to draw. So this is what it's going to look like. Now, that being the case, let me show you how it works. Okay, first of all, this is what this looked like. If I can do this, can I do that? Okay. Okay, this is what it looked like before before we started to build. This is actually a lot that I bought. I bought the lot for $20,000. Okay, which was actually back in 1992 was a lot of money for me. But $20,000, it was a little like 100-foot by 70-foot lot. You know, it wasn't real big. Had a lot of room behind it. But that's my those are my two nephews and my daughter. My daughter's right there. She is now 31 and has 4 kids of her own, and so she's right there. But they're in a field of daisies, a beautiful fall day, and down here it's time-stamped October 11th. Okay, so that's what we have there. Now the next thing is when you actually start to build this, we actually did this right here. We actually did this where we actually, can you guys see this too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what we're doing right there, this is actually me back here when I had significantly more hair and it was dark, and also I actually had a pretty good build. But anyway, back then we're actually hauling the walls. These walls actually went into the basement. It was a permanent wood foundation. Now, you've probably never heard of that, but a permanent wood foundation does not use concrete in the walls. It uses womanized lumber, pressure-treated lumber, and therefore it goes into the basement, and essentially it's all wood. You have a cement cap poured, and then your walls go in there, and that's what we're actually doing there. So we actually put that into there, and so that's me and some of my buddies back then. And then we went ahead and placed them, you know, putting them in here, and here's another shot of us actually putting them in right here, and then we're actually loading them in and actually bringing them down into the hole here. Now, here's the next thing. When you get into this, and well, let me get into the next one here. So as you begin to create this, we begin to do the excavation. Okay, the excavation comes in like this, where you actually dig the hole. Okay, so you dig the hole, and when you dig the hole, it looks like this. That's my friend Bernie down there, who's actually doing most of the work, and that's me, and that's my oldest son John, who's an architect in Kansas City, and this guy is actually a videographer in Michigan, bringing, you know, making the big bucks. Okay, so you can see right here that the soil, for those of you that are taking the civil technology right now, you can see there's different characteristics of soil there. You can see the strata. Interesting. And over here is a bunch of fill. So we excavated that, and then what we did is we then had a bunch of fill. Okay, the fill looked like this here, and we actually had the fill. Okay, so that's all fill that we had available afterwards, and this is in November of 1992. And so then what we did after that is we started to build it, and part of the thing was we actually had to do what is called dewatering. Okay, so what we did right here is we began to do the dewatering, and you can see this this right here, this pipe out here is actually draining it. That's my son with the cowboy hat. That's my wife. That's my daughter. That's Bernie. And this is what that first floor looked like. This is in December of 1992. And we got that. And then we're going to move on to here real quickly here. And then over here, you've got this, which is another view of this particular structure right here. It's kind of like a big cube. But we did this, and then it went up. And, you know, down here, we had that together. And then we had right here, the next thing we had was the superstructure all together like this. And we had that. And then after that, we actually had both stories were up and so forth. Okay, but just to give you an idea as far as that actually is what that looked like. So that's what we actually have that done. And that's the exterior frame right like that. Okay, so that's what it looked like, you know, basically, just to give you an idea as far as what you're drawing here. So anyway, we'll go ahead and depart from that, and we're going to move on to the next thing here. So getting back over to this discussion, this is what we're going to make here. So let me show you what we're going to draw. What we're going to draw is this right here. You got the Winthrop first floor plan. We're going to go ahead and we're going to download this, and this is a PDF that actually shows us this particular item right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this up here real quick. I'm going to download that. And yes, I'm going to save it. What the heck? And we are then going to open it up so I can see it better. So here I have this right here, and what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rotate this, and that's what it looks like. Now, to explain what we got right here, just to make it clear, you've got over here, it is 27 feet by 27 feet. And then after that, you have some walls and you have some doors, and you also have some first floor plan. It was a very open first floor plan. And so I've got all this together for you guys to put it in here. And all the information you need is in here. So essentially, this is the basics of what you're going to draw right here. This is how it's going to look when you're done. So you're going to start by using a template. So I've got a template there, and you guys are going to start, and you're going to start by drawing this right now. So notice right here that you've got, looks like I might be missing a dimension. Yeah, looks like I am. Okay, over here on the far left, yeah, that is supposed to be 24. Okay, that got cut off. Okay, not supposed to. But over here on the left, this actually is 24 feet long. Okay, that got cut off. Okay, that's supposed to be 24 feet long. I think I might have that someplace else, but in any case, the size of the garage is 23 feet by 24 feet. So anyway, that's essentially. Can you guys see this okay? Can you guys see this, PDF?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to be drawing. So now, getting into this right now, this is pretty straightforward. You guys have done a lot of floor plans. I'm just going to show you how to do this. Now, first of all, this floor plan is available. I just showed you. You can download it and you can print it, which I'd recommend that you do. And then you can go ahead and start to draw this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start to draw this for you. So I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go out back over to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to April 29 right here. And you guys can see Blackboard right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to download the template. So I download the template by clicking here, and it's going to bring that in. And now I've got it right down here, Winthrop first floor. And I'm just going to go ahead and double click on it. And it's going to, oh, doesn't want to do it that way. So I'll hit that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it from here. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to, I've got all these things open. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to new. And it asks me for a template. And the template I'm going to use is the one I just downloaded. So I'm going to look at my downloads, or wherever you saved it. You know, you just got to go find it. And you can find your downloads. And out here, I've got the Winthrop first floor. So I go to here. And guess what? There's nothing in there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm on the wall layer. So I'm going to start it by doing this. I'm going to start by saying, okay, I said it was 27 feet by 27 feet. So I'll start with that. So I'll go here. And I will go ahead and use a polyline. So I'll start on this side. I'll go over 27 feet. 27 feet, boom, and then 27 feet. Okay, and over here, 27 feet. Okay, and then if I wanted to complete this just like a cube, I could do that. All right, so I'll just go ahead and do that, and I've got the first part. And then the other thing is, I'd said that the garage is 23 feet by 24, which means I got to come down 18 inches here. So come down 18 inches. Then I'm going out this distance, 23 feet. And then I'm going to go down here 24 feet. And then I'm going to go back over here. Okay, so I've got that. All right, and I've got that in place right there. So I've got these different items right here. So I got this one, I got that one. Now that I've got that, you can see I've got a foundation. Okay, so I go back to here, and I'll see if I can, if I can still do this. Let me see if I can't make this work for you guys. Let me go over here. All right. Okay, let's see here. All right. All right, we'll close out some of these. Okay, we don't want that. All right. Okay, come on. All right. So getting this, that's the basement. Okay. And then getting back over to here, I'm going to open this back up, Winthrop. Okay. All right. So we got this right here. Okay. So getting back over to here, I'm going to go here. I'm going to, can you guys see this, this PDF right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it's like this. Now, what we said was it was 27 feet by 27 feet. Okay. So 27 feet by 27 feet. And then over here, it's 23 feet by 24. Please notice over here on this wall, it's 24 feet. You might want to write that down. The dimension got clipped off. Sorry about that. Okay. So once you got that, the walls here, I actually gave you another sheet that tells you the size of the walls. Okay. And it's actually out here on Blackboard. Can you guys see Blackboard right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So over here to Blackboard, I'm going to go out here, and what I want to do is I scroll down here, and you'll see I've got Winthrop project details right here. So I'm going to download that, and when I download that, it looks like this here. All right, so I've got this right here, and I'll go ahead and close there. And the exterior and garage wall are 6.5 inches wide. So my exterior walls are 6.5 inches wide. Okay, so we'll go ahead and work on that. The interior walls are 4.5 inches wide, so we got that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to start that process right there. Okay, now getting back over to here. Now this right here, this one wall over here is a little bit of a problem because this wall right here is actually going to be, that's only going to be a 3/4, that's only going to be, that's going to be an interior wall. So that is a little bit different. So I'm going to explode that. And when I explode that, that will allow me to go ahead and do this with a little bit more accuracy. So then we talked about the offset command. The offset command allows me to make a copy of my walls a certain distance away. So my offset from exterior walls is going to be 6.5. All right. So now here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to offset these like this. All right. Going to do that. And I'm going to do the same thing with my garage. Go here like that. Okay. Now this wall right here, this one's got to be 4.5. So I'm going to offset this wall 4.5. So offset 4.5 like this. And I'll click it here. I'm going to offset that. Now, once that's all done, I'm going to use my fillet command, and I'm just going to clean up these corners, clicking here and here. And this allows me to go through and to clean these all up. Okay, so I'm going to clean these up. And a lot of this is stuff you guys are going to recognize. So I'm not going to necessarily beat this to death because I think a lot of this you guys are going to be able to figure out yourselves. But just to show you how the basics are like that. And then I'm going to go to fillet and go to here, and then down to here, same thing, and then I'll repair that one thing down there because I lost a line. So I'll go ahead and go to my line command and go from here down to here, connecting it, and this is how you start. So you start by doing this, and then to verify that you drew it correctly, you are going to put in your dimensions. That's right. Okay, so you're going to put in your dimensions. Okay, so you got that, and that is how we get started. Okay, so then I'm going to go to my dimensions layer, which is right here, ANODIMS. I'm going to throw in some dimensions, and I'm going to go ahead and just start it here and make sure I've got it right. And there's 27 feet there, and I'm going to make sure it's right over here, 27 feet there. Okay, and then over here, this should be 23 feet. All right, and that is, and then over here, this should be 24 feet if I did it right. So drum roll, please. Is it? Boom, it is. Okay, so I've got that. Now that I've got a good foundation, I'll save it. I'll save it as Winthrop first floor. I'll go ahead and go to the desktop. I'm going to call it Winthrop first floor with my last name. Okay, Winthrop. Okay, let me get this on here. Okay, Winthrop first floor, Brennan, like that. Okay, so now I've got that. Now the rest of this actually, it gets you from here, you're going to start to continue drawing your walls. So I go to here and I can say, okay, let's keep on drawing walls. I like what I'm doing so far. And so going back to here, I would then go back and I would say, okay, how am I doing with this other item showing up here? So let me go out to here. And can I get, okay, right here. Can you guys see this PDF right now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so here's a couple things right now. I've got along with this, I've got my doors and I've got my windows and I got my walls. Now my walls right here, I've got this wall right here, which is actually set right here at 12'9" from the edge. It's 12'9". So if I start from this corner, I can go 12'9" over, and then I go over 13 feet 10.5. So 12'9" by 13 feet 10.5. Okay, so can you guys see AutoCAD right now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go from here. I'm going to touch it right here. I'm going to go up here in this direction. I'm going to go over 12'9", 12'9", and then I'm going to go over in this direction, 13 foot 10, 13 foot 10.5. Okay, I've got that. And so I've got that line right there. And then once I've got that drawn. And then at that point, I would then come back in this direction, 8'9". All right, 8'9". And this is all right on the plans right here. And so as I do this, I would then go over 5'2". Yeah, so I'd go over 5'2". So I'd go over 5'2", and then I would go up this next distance, which is going to be, let's see here, that would go, okay, that would go up 8'9" plus 4.5. So that would be 9 feet, 1.5. Okay, so 9 feet, 1.5. 9 feet, 1.5. Boom. And we're looking something like that. Okay, yeah, that's about right. And then at that point, we could just go ahead and pull this over like that. Okay, so now at this point, you've got the basics. And then I could measure out and make sure that my walls actually have a, that wall actually is 4.5 inches, and hopefully it is. But let me check it just to verify, because I want to make sure I am doing this right. So that should be 4.5, and it is, so it's perfect. Okay, so that's the wall right there. That's 4.5 inches. And then I could go ahead and continue on from there by drawing some of my other elements here, going back over here to my wall. And this, as we continue on through here, this is something you guys have done before. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go out here 2 feet. And then I'm going to go back over in this direction, 4.5. 4.5 inches. Okay, and then back 2 feet. And that brings me right to that right there. So I've got that, and that's the beginning stages right there. And then I could continue on through here, drawing my other lines and so forth. So you've got that. Okay, so I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to make this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw this line here, going over from here over to there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset those lines, each 4.5. Okay, just to give myself a good foundation as far as what I'm drawing here. Okay, and then as you go through here, boom, 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 you like that. And then I've also got a another wall 6'1" away. So I'm going to line, and I'm going to go ahead and touch it here, and this goes up 6'1", 6'1", boom, and then I go over here in this direction like that. And then I offset that again, 4.5, and I go from here to there, and that gives me my closet. Okay, so now that I've done that, the next thing I've got is I got doors, I've got other things. So those are the basic walls. There's not a lot of walls on this floor, okay, but I just threw those in there so you get the idea. Now, to put in blocks, okay, we talked about blocks before. Now, first of all, blocks, I want to put the blocks on the correct layer. So the layer for your plumbing fixtures is P sanitary fixture, okay, P sanitary fixture. So I'm going to grab that, I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to grab that, and let me make sure I'm still recording. I sure hope I am. I think I am. I think I am. I think I am. Let's see here. Yes, I'm still recording. Beautiful, right there. Yes, I'm recording. Okay, so I've got that right there. And then what I'm going to do is, now that I've got the correct layer, I want to insert a block. Now, the easiest way, I'm old school, so I'm just going to type in I and hit my enter key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my toilet block, which is actually down here called a toilet. So I grab the toilet, I hit OK, and guess what I do? I take it, and I'm going to drop it into my drawing, and I'm going to have to rotate it because it's not where I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it there, and then I just move it into position. So I'm going to move it, and it's going to have to go something like this over here. I'm going to grab this and move it over, and I'm going to touch it here, and then slide it over a little bit like that, something like that. Okay, and then I've got a vanity and a sink. I should have put them together, but I didn't. But I'm going to insert another one. And that's going to be a vanity with a sink. I don't think I put them together. Sink, vanity round, vanity cabinet, single door. Oh, you know what? I should have probably gotten rid of these. But that's okay. We can figure this out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab, yeah, I didn't do that. Okay, well, that's okay. We can go ahead and go to vanity cabinet, single door. Okay, looks like there's a few of these here. Vanity cabinet, single door. I think it's going to be a 24-inch one. So I'm going to just grab this one. There's an 18 and 24. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop it. And I'm going to have to rotate it afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to rotate it. Then I'm going to put it up against the wall. And then I'm going to put a sink in there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this and kind of tuck it in the corner here. That's what that looks like. And then I'm going to insert the sink. And this is actually the... let's see here. Where's the sink? Sink vanity round. I'm going to go ahead and grab that and drop that in here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. And boom, we've got that. Okay, so that's essentially what you're going to do to put your different blocks in. Okay, that's how you insert blocks. And then the same procedure is going to be going on with your doors. Now, which door goes where? Take a look over here with me. I'll go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see it. And what you're going to want to see right now is, can you guys see the white PDF right now? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, right here, you're going to see that you've got over here in this particular situation, you've got over here a a door and it's got the number 1 on it. That's called a door tag, okay? So what I want to do is I want to say, well, which door is it? Okay, which one is that supposed to be? So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to find out what that is. So to find out what that is, guess what? I gave you more information. So it's out here out here in the project details. And over here, I actually saved it as Winthrop Schedules. Okay, so I got Winthrop Schedules. We're going to go ahead and open that. And here it is right here. Here's the Winthrop Schedule. So if I go ahead and I pull this up, it actually gives me each of the particular items that I might want to use, okay? So I've got this, I'm gonna save it, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and it looks like this here. So what I'm gonna do right here is I am then going to go ahead, and I'm going to just flip that around here. Now, here is my door schedule. My door schedule says single flush 30-inch by 80. You see that? You guys can see that, I think. So right here, number 1, for my doors is single flush 30 by 80. So let's see if that exists. Okay, single flush 30 by 80. So go back out to here to my drawing, and I'm going to try to insert that in here. So the first thing you always want to do is, I'm going to pull this around here. I know that there was discussion about you guys. Did that just pull out that black box that you talked about last week, Ricky?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got this right here. I'm going to change my layer to a door. I'm going to change my layer to a door. And then what I want to do is I want to insert a door. So I type in I for insert, and I'm going to look for the door. And I said it was single flush 30 by 80. Let's see if it's there. Hey, single flush 30 by 80. So I hit OK. I'm going to hit OK again. And guess what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to drop it. And this one has kind of an obnoxious location, but that's okay. I'm going to take it and drop it, and then I'll just move it. So it's like that. Now, how close am I? Well, it's got to be rotated around a little bit because it's not where it should be, but it is the right one. So what I'll have to do then, let's see here. Looks like that's rotated. Okay, yeah, that went in the wrong direction. So I'm going to have to do a couple things right here. I'm going to have to mirror it. So I'm going to mirror it to actually get it to be the other direction. So I'll go like this, and we'll do, we'll go ahead and we'll do this. And yes. Okay, so I've got that. And then what I want to do is I want to mirror it one more time. So I'm going to use my mirror command again, use my mirror, and I'm going to flip it over from this direction over mirror. Am I? Okay, I'm going to mirror it. Okay, like this. And I'm going to mirror it like that. And yes, I want to do that. So now I've got this. And so I just mirrored it a couple times. And now if I didn't give you guys a dimension as far as where the door should be placed, it can be placed essentially visually. So in this particular case, you just want to place it right here. So it's on the wall. If I didn't give you a dimension, then I'm not worried about it. So you've got this right here. And then what you would do is you would continue with the walls. Okay, and you go with the wall, and you would go ahead and you would make the breaks in the wall like this, here and here. And then what you do is you trim that out. So we go to trim, and we go ahead and go to here. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this and get rid of that. And looks like some of this actually went back a little too far, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and pull that back. And so yeah, so what you're going to do here is you're going to do that. And so what you got there, you now have a bathroom. That's complete right there. And then we talked about using the fillet command to clean up the walls. You can do that. Now, everything I'm doing right here, none of this has to be done if you use Revit, okay? It doesn't have to be done. But nevertheless, I'll just say that to kind of like whet your appetites for another day when you guys can do that. So I'm going to go for my line command here. I'm going to go ahead and take this and drag this over to here. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so that is essentially how you put that together. Now, the door schedule is what you're going to use to place all the rest of the doors. There's another door here that I want to point out here, just so that you guys are clear about it. And there's another door here. It's actually considered door number 5. So going back to here, let me see if I can find that. Going back over to here, or where is it? Let's see here. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, here we are there. And okay, there's this. Now back over here, you'll see, can you guys see this PDF right now, this white PDF?
Yeah.
Okay, so right up here, you've got door number 5 up here, and it's 6'6" away from its center. So door number 5. So let me see what door number 5 looks like. Where do I find that? Well, I look at my schedule. Door number 5 is triple glass 1, 108 inches by 84, triple glass 1. So I'll remember that, go back to here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab triple glass 1. I'm going to change. Okay. Welcome to class, Ross. Good to have you here. And we will continue on here. Very good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert that. So I'm going to change my layer over here to door. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in I for insert, and I'm going to go find that door, which is triple glass right there. I go to triple glass, hit OK, and here we are, looking good. So I'm just going to place this. Now you're going to notice it's got to be kind of like halfway in here. So I'm just going to drop it right there, and we'll go ahead and just spin it around, and then I'll place where it's got to be. So it's kind of like acted up on me, but that's okay. We can place it where it needs to go. So we got that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to move it over. So I'm going to move it, and I'm going to go from this location here and just place it like somewhere right along here, and I'm going to drop it right there. Now, what is my location supposed to be? My location is supposed to be 6'6". So I'm just going to give myself a marker. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go over 6'6", 6'6", and then I'm going to use that marker, and I'm going to use this to move it. So I'm going to move it from here. Okay, and I want to use the center point of this door as best as I can. Okay, which is not necessarily there, but I want to definitely use the center point of the door. Okay, which should be. Looks like I'm pretty close to it right there. So let's see here. All right, let's see here. I can move this, and it doesn't have a good, okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mid between 2 points. I'm gonna use this and this, if that'll let me. Okay, I'm gonna drop it right there. Okay, and when I do that, boom, that's what we have. All right, and then I get rid of these lines. Okay, and so what you're gonna do there is you're gonna place that. Now, if I did that correctly, and I think I did, that's gonna be 6'6", away from the edge, and I'm going to, and I'd, fix the walls and stuff like that. But let me put in a dimension, make sure we're where we should be. So I'm going to go to here, and that should be, come on, hopefully it's not giving me the midpoint. Okay, which is not there, unfortunately. But that's close, isn't it? Let's see here. Is that the midpoint? It's the midpoint of that, but I don't think it's the midpoint of the wall. Let's see. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use mid between 2 points. Great little tool, and this will allow me to go ahead and pick a point here and pick a point here and actually put it right where it should be. So that's where I want it to be, boom. And that's 6'6", so I've got that. Okay, so then when I've got that in place, I will continue to use that as we move along there. So that's something that we got there. And then what I would do is I would just fix the walls as I go along here. And again, this is stuff that Revit does automatically, but you're going to have to do this because we're using an AutoCAD drawing right here. Okay, so you can see right here, there's just kind of a lot of, getting the thing in place and jostling it around, and it's stuff that you can do. It just takes time. And so as you go through here, you will be making progress right there. And that's what it's going to look like when you're done, 6'6" like that. And that's what you have. Now, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to put in what are called door tags. So the door tags are up here. You've got like door ident, a door ident. And I'm going to insert a door tag in both of these. So the door tag looks like this. I've got a door tag. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And I've got a little attribute on here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this here. I'm going to call this one right here. Going to drop it there. And it asks me for a number. This one's 5. I hit OK, and it's going to do that automatically. So this is actually how we track things in AutoCAD. I'm going to go back to here, drop this, and there, and that one's going to be number 1. And hit OK. So I've got those, and that is how you would put in doors. The same is true for windows, but that's how we go ahead and begin to place this all together. So right now I've made a pretty good dent in it. Let me show you one other thing. I did a lot of work for you guys because I care, and I went ahead here. And I went ahead and I put together a block here with all the kitchen stuff. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to show you this. It's going to go on the Q case layer. It's called kitchen casework. I'm going to go ahead and dump this right in the corner. Boom. All right. And when I do that, look at all that came in there. You got the kitchen sink, you got the range, you got the refrigerator. All that is done for you. So boom. Remember that. I did that for you. That's all there. Okay, so that's one of the things you got there, and then you've got a few other things you've got over here. You've got an overhead sectional garage door. Again, you can find that when you look at your the schedule, and you also have a front door and so forth, and then you also have some stairs. Now, notice with the stairs, I put the stairs in, and the stairs have a notation that actually says the treads are 10 inches typical. Okay, that's pretty normal. So I'm gonna go to here, and you're gonna see that. And right here, treads are 10-inch typical, meaning that the lines that make up the actual stairs are 10 inches apart. Okay, it's true for over here, and it's true for the garage. So you're gonna be using that. And then the little stringers on the side are approximately 2 inches. I didn't measure those out, but that's what you have. They're 3 foot 4 inches wide. Okay, so that is how we go about putting this in. Okay, so these two circles down here that are at the bottom, I'm not worried about those. Don't worry about putting those in. Those are something that we don't necessarily need to work on. So don't worry about these down here. Don't worry about those. But everything else I want placed in the way it should be. So you've got doors, you got windows, you got toilet fixtures, you got this. And this is a huge block you just place in there. And the rest of this really is going to go pretty quickly. It really is going to go pretty quickly as you get into this. I'm going to go ahead and just drop in a window just to show you how that works. And then I'm going to let you guys, I think I might let you guys go. Okay, so we're going to go back to here. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in a window. So to do that, I go here and I change the layer to a glass. I talked about this before, but whenever you see glass or glazing, it means a window. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my window. And the window happens to be, for this particular one, I've already looked it up, but the window for this one is actually double hung with trim, 36 by 72. And I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to take that and I'm going to drop it. I'm going to go ahead and just take it and bring it right along here. And I'm going to drop it right there, and I'll do that. Now, at that point, it's kind of like showing up right there, but that's okay. I can move it. I'm going to make a line. I'm going to make a line going from here, and I'm going to make it 7 foot 4, 7 foot 4, just to give myself a marker. And that is the line I'm going to go to. So I'm going to move it right now like this, and I'm going to go ahead and touch this from its midpoint. I'm going to drop it right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and move it down. Okay, so I'm going to grab this and move it down so that it actually snaps onto the wall like that. And boom, that's now in place. Okay, so I've got that. And that looks great. Okay, so I've got that in place. So a lot of this is just finding these different items and placing them as we should. So I've got that. Let me throw a dimension on there, make sure that it actually works, and make sure that that is indeed what it should be, which is here to here, and it should be 7 foot 4, and boom, it is. So that is how you're going to do that. That's how you're going to go ahead and make this work, and that is how each of these windows and doors are going to go in. All right, so that is it right there. Now, now the second floor and the basement are essentially the same thing. You're going to be doing the same thing for each one of these, and that is essentially how that would work. So before I move on, do anything else right here, is this making some sense? Is there any questions about how this would work? Any particular questions?
We've done all this before, so.
Yeah, you have. And so the only thing I'm going to warn you about is with these doors right here, it might be tricky finding a midpoint, but I'm going to show you a little secret right here. When you want to move one of these doors to one of these lines, I'm just going to go ahead and do this kind of randomly so you guys get the idea right here. And yeah, you're totally right, Ricky. You guys have done this before. But if I want to put in the front door, which is number 4 right here, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to, let me see over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this, and I've got this number 4. So which one is that? I go ahead and I take a look here. Number 4 is door exterior single entry half arch glass wood. All right, 36 by 84. So door exterior single entry. So I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to insert that one. Door exterior single entry. So I change this right here, and I'm going to go ahead and insert that. Door exterior single entry. Okay, this is it right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on OK. And now you'll notice it's coming from the halfway point. So I'm going to touch it here and I'm going to drag it over. Now this one, actually, it's pretty easy. So I'm dragging it from the edge. I'm going to go over 7 foot 4. So 7 foot 4, and that one goes right in there. And then I can go ahead and drop it, and we are good to go. And I'm going to have to flip it, won't I? Yeah, I will have to flip it. So I'll go like that. And then I just have to move it so that it actually aligns properly with the with the outside there. So I've got that, and then what I would do is do the same thing I've been doing all along here, going through here. And you may have to do a little bit of work with these, but you know, hey, that's you guys, that's the nature of this whole thing. You want to get the yeah, I want to get that. Is there a, yeah, I wish there was. Okay, there's not really a okay, let me go like this. Okay, there's the grip right there. So I'm going to draw a line from that grip. Let me do it so we can do this to the insert. Insertion. Insert. Okay, right there. That's the insertion point right there. So I'm going to go from there on down. Okay, that's my insertion point. And then I'm going to put in my this, make sure it's right. And this should also be 7'4", and it is. Okay, so the same thing's true over this one. When you click on it, it shows you the insertion point right there. And if you want to draw a line to the insertion point, you start the line command, and then you shift right mouse click and you choose insert. And when you do that, I can actually go here, and it actually allows me to draw a line to that insert. And that's just something you can do to make life a little bit easier for yourself to align that. That's actually an important concept. Now, as I'm doing that, let me do it in slow motion. Okay, so I want to have a line from the center of this right here. So to do that, I start the line command. So now I'm in the line command, and then I hold my shift key down and I right mouse click. Shift right mouse click, and I'm going to choose insert. Now, when I do that, it's going to find the insertion point, which is going to be the center of this door. So I touch it, and you notice right there, a marker shows up. See that marker right next to 5? It's right there. It's going to click right there and pull it right down. That is the actual center point of that door. That is how to align these things and to make it work. All right. So that is pretty much it. So that's the first floor. And then you got the second floor, and then you got the basement. They're all pretty much the same. I don't think there's any gotchas. They're all pretty much there. The only thing I'm going to say is that on the second floor, I did the same thing for you guys, which is where I gave you guys a couple of blocks, and I'll show you what they do, just so that you're clear. So going back over here, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to the AutoCAD 29. And what I'm going to do here is with the second floor, I'm going to download this template. And the template just came down here. I'm going to show you what I gave you because I want you to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a new file, new, and I'm going to go out to where my template went, which is going to be out here in my downloads. So it's going to be out here, and it's going to be in my downloads. And there it is, Winthrop second floor. Now with this one right here, I'm going to do the same thing. It's 27 feet by 27 feet. I'm just going to do this real quickly. 27 feet. Comma 27 feet, boom, and then I'm going to offset that my distance, which is 6.5, boom, and that gives me a starting point, boom, boom, like that. And then just so that I'm being consistent, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple dimensions on there so that you guys are clear about it. And I'm going to go to here and like that, and then over here do the same thing, and this should be 27 by 27, and it is 27 by 27. And then what I want to show you was the blocks I made for you. I made you guys a couple of blocks, okay? Because if you take a look at the second floor here, if you take a look at the second floor, you're going to see that there is some content here that's actually very valuable, okay? So it's a second floor plan, and when I go out here, I'm going to go ahead and download it. And when I download it, it comes down to here, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to open it up. And when it opens up right here, I'm going to take a look at it, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rotate this thing around. And okay, and 1, 2, 3. All right, now you're going to notice that right here, let me move this out of the way here. Okay, down to here. Now over here, what's going on is I have this cluster of information here. This is actually my my main bath vanity and stuff, and over here is my master bath vanity. So I made those for you. So going back over here, I made them into blocks. Why? Because I care. And I wanted to make life a little bit easier for you. So I went here, and I'm going to go up on here, and I'm going to put this onto Q case. I'm going to go to insert, and I've got this right here, which is main bathroom casework. Boom. And you're going to drop that in there like that, and that's your main bathroom casework. It's going to go right in the corner, and that's your sink and everything involved right there. And then the next thing you've got is you've got master bathroom sink. And I've got this right here. I'm going to hit OK. And this one goes in the corner there. So those two items are actually just going to be tucked right into the corners, just like you see on here. Okay, you got it right here. And your stairs are going to go in the same way. They're 10 inches. And I think I've got pretty much all the dimensions that I need there. The only thing about the dimensions here, the stairwell here, if you don't see the dimension on one floor, check the next floor. Like for instance, the width of those stairs, I've actually got that. It's actually 4'4" going on up the stairs. And then the actual staircase is 3'4" is the actual size. The actual width of the stairs, they actually should be yeah, it's 3'4", it's on there. And so 3'4" is going to be the consistent length. And so as you begin to draw this right here, you're going to see that right there, that's 3'4" as well, and the stairs are 10 inches apart. I'm not terribly worried about the stairs right there. Just get them consistent with the lower floor, and use the dimensions from the first floor as you need to make them fit in there. All right, and that's it. Any areas that are not marked are going to be going to the center. Like for instance, this window right here is in the center. This peak right here, which is the peak of the garage, is centered. And that's how that would work right there. And you'll notice that the dimensions of this are slightly different because it's centered. Okay, so that's how that works. So this will keep you busy for a bit of time, but it's not terrible. You have done it all before, as Ricky said, and we're just going to go ahead and jump into this. So that is what you're going to do, and you're going to upload those 3 drawings separately, and that is what you're going to do. So your assignment for this week is going to be this. Number 1, you're going to go back and you're going to go through your elevations, and you're going to insert the elevations into each other. You're going to insert the elevations into each other. And so you're going to have your east elevation. You're going to pull in your east. Rather, you're going to pull in your west, your north, and your south. You're going to drop those all in. You're going to save it as elevations complete or elevations all, custom garage elevations all, with your last name, and you're going to submit it. And then you're going to draw these, which is the first floor, the second floor, and there is a basement. The basement's actually quite simple, but I'll show it to you just so that you understand it. The basement looks like this. I'm going to go there, and it's in green. And I have a template for each one. Okay, so over here, I'm going to go ahead and do this and flip it. And you got this. Okay, this is the basement. I got the overall dimensions right there. And I also have right here the stairs, which are down here as well. I got a couple of doors. You guys know how to deal with that. I've got a washer and a dryer, and all this goes in here. This is pretty simple right here. So that's it. I think that covers everything you need. I've been talking for about an hour and a half. I'll let you guys go ahead and draw. And as is always the case, this is lab time. So you guys can use this. If you guys need to do something else, I understand that. I just want to have this submitted before we start class next week. I'm going to be here until 9:50 to answer questions, unless you guys all leave. If you all leave, then I'm not going to stick around. But that's what's going on with me right now. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to let you guys work. And that's what we're going to do here. So if you have any questions, please ask. Other than that, I'm going to be sitting here waiting for you guys to basically ask other questions and that kind of a thing. All right. So have at it, and I'll be watching you. I'll be right here and ready to ask questions. So you can download each of these PDFs. They're all right there on Blackboard, and we can go ahead and work on those. So you guys have any questions before we continue?
I just want to clarify. So we've got this Winthrop assignment.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be done. And then you said there was going to be a little final.
There's going to be a final the final week. All right. And so we're going to be doing Winthrop this week and the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to complete it. That's going to be done. And then at that point, the last thing is going to be a standalone final. Okay. On the last day of class, I'm going to basically come in here. I'm going to give you an assignment. You guys will work on it, and then you'll just submit it. Okay.
Okay, so it's just these last 2 things we have to do, the final and this.
That's it. That's it. Next week, I'm going to have, for this particular assignment, I'm going to have elevations, and I'm also going to have a wall section. I'm going to have those. So you're going to be doing that next week. Then the following week, we're going to put them into title blocks. We're going to put them all in title blocks so you could print them, and they would actually look correct. And so we're going to go ahead and put that together. And then from there, that's going to be what you turn in. You're going to turn in a complete set of construction documents, and they'll look pretty good, and you'll have a real good idea as far as how to put them together when you're all done.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is I'm behind on a couple assignments, like 3 or 4 4 assignments. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to have time to get those done and what's coming up taken care of also.
Okay. Well, if that's okay, I don't want to necessarily take the class time right now to talk about that, but if you want to maybe give me a call offline or something, we can talk about how you want to prioritize it. But again, you got time. I don't know what your schedule is like other than this, but again, I do take late assignments, so that's not a problem. Okay.
Right. I'll do my best. I should be able to handle it.
I think you can. I think once you get into this, the whole thing is just get into it and start to work it. And I think you're going to find you know a lot more than you think you do. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right, man. All right. And for the rest of you guys, the recording is still going right now. So everything I did tonight, everything I talked about, every step is here. Okay. It's all been recorded, and I will submit that as soon as this class is over. It basically takes a minute to save onto my machine. And then what I'm going to do at that point, I'll submit it, I'll upload it to YouTube, and I'll give you guys a link. And so be looking for it. But I don't do that until the last person leaves class. So, it could be as late as 10 o'clock tonight, or if people get out earlier, it could be earlier than that. But that's how it's going to work. So I'll let you guys go ahead and jump in. If you have any questions, I'm here. All right. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Have at it, you guys. Have at it, and I will be here. And I'm just going to mute myself here, but I will be here. So if you don't hear me breathing, it's okay. I'm here. And if you need anything, just say, hey, Mr. Brennan, hey, Professor Tom, just go ahead and just call me. I'm here. I'm only a call away. So just say, hey, Tom. By the way, Andrew and Lorraine, I do see you guys completed it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.